Hey there, welcome to Beyond Adaptation Fitness. My name is CJ. This video is part of a series of minimal equipment, full body workouts I'm releasing on my channel. Today, I'm going to take you through a 60-minute full body strength and conditioning workout. Before you begin, I highly recommend you do the 15-minute mobility warm-up and kettlebell primer designed to get you ready for this undertaking. You will find a link in the description below. There are 4 15-minute sections, which are a mix of calisthenics and kettlebell movements. The only equipment you will need to complete this workout is a set of gymnastics rings and 1 kettlebell. If you only have a pull-up bar, you can do this with some modifications. The objective of this workout is to improve higher skill, body weight, and kettlebell movements and increase work capacity. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. The first section is a superset of 4 chin-ups and 10 shrimp squats. Repeat this superset every 2 minutes. At the end of 15 minutes, you will have completed 8 rounds of chin-ups and 7 rounds of shrimp squats. Generally, I start with 2 of the most difficult movements for me while I'm still fresh. These are my first ever attempts of shrimp squats. I was looking for a new movement to incorporate into my training, and because I'm fairly competent with pistol squats, I didn't think this was going to be a problem, but I was surprised to find that I definitely had a new project and would be starting at the ground level. In the most advanced variation of a shrimp squat, both hands hold the non-weight-bearing leg. To make them easier, I start with a fair amount of counterweight to sustain a comparable range of motion. So the first stage is basically do a lunge and keep the knee flexed. Try to drop the knee down close to the standing leg. Failure is just part of the process. As I gain confidence, I will ease off the counterweight and bring my hands closer to my body's midline, and then eventually grab my foot with one hand. I've noticed the key to complete a successful rep is not to rush. The faster I go, the more off balance I become. I push near failure but stop short of it to avoid sloppy reps, which reinforce bad technique instead of good. Since this is a new movement, I'm trying to lay down a good foundation. The chin-ups are low reps and slow tempo. Because I wanted to go for 7 to 8 sets, I felt that 4 reps was a good conservative number. And it turns out my instinct was correct because the last few sets I was really struggling to get those last reps out. I focus on a controlled eccentric for extra stimulus. I find chin-ups to be a little easier than pull-ups because the supinated position recruits more of the bicep. I'm doing my best to get my chest as high as I possibly can. On the last rep, I go even slower on that last eccentric. Section 2. 15-minute kettlebell snatch practice. 20 single arm snatches, alternating every 5 reps. 5 sets, 3 minutes per set for 15 minutes. About 90 seconds of work, 90 seconds of rest. Kettlebell snatches train hip drive and are high-skill movements. If this is not second nature yet, this will require a lot of physical and mental bandwidth. To improve technique, I need to stop before my form breaks down. I strategically take breaks to keep the snatches crisp. By alternating the arms every 5 reps, I am still able to work continuously for the 20 reps. So there are benefits to metabolic conditioning while training for power. A few things that I do to make this experience more pleasant. Wrist wraps protect the wrists and forearms, make the overhead position more comfortable, and prevent bruising from cumulative impacts. Punch through at the top of the snatch to reduce impact on your forearm and improve efficiency. Wrist wraps also prevent sweat from reaching my hands, but chalk helps maintain my grip, especially in hot conditions. Section 3. 15 minutes, alternating every minute on the minute. Minute 1, complete 8 reps of upright rows on each arm. Minute 2, 15 V-ups. Now that I have rounded the halfway point of the workout, I know the last bit is going to be about fatigue management and picking out exercises that I can still do effectively without getting sloppy. So moving forward, the focus is going to be muscular endurance with movements I feel really comfortable doing and won't injure myself if I get too tired. And I can hit some higher reps before my technique starts to falter. I tested out some double kettlebell cleans and some strict toes to bar from the rings, but I decided, based on my fatigue at this time, there was no way that was happening. I decided on upright rows, superset with V-ups. I can still get some intensity using upright rows and even greater range of motion than the cleans for a nice stimulus of the back muscles and hip drive. But the technique is not as difficult. And since the kettlebell is staying close to my body, this is a little easier to do. V-ups. I picked a rep range that felt like the limits of my fitness at the time. 15 reps. When I got tired, I rested in the boat position to reset my back. There's actually a little stretch reflex that happens in the hollow position. So if you start your rep from this boat position, you can use that stretch reflex to your advantage for biomechanical efficiency to save your energy for later rounds. I started to fail on the reps in the 5th round, which I wasn't mad about. I just switched to the bent knee variation. Section 4, 15 minutes, 5 sets, 3 minutes per set, 10 ring rows, 10 kettlebell tricep extensions. Rest at least 1 minute per round. This last section is accessory work. I'm explosive on the concentric, slow on the eccentric, and working on the maximum range of motion in the 10 to 12 rep range. Ring rows. The level of difficulty varies with body angle. To make it easier, step back to a more upright position. I maintain a plank position without swaying or collapsing. The pivot point is the heel of my foot. So to keep that firmly planted in place, the core as well as the glutes are engaged. In this particular row variation, my grip rotates from a prone position to a neutral position. And this is for comfort more than anything else. This is one of the benefits of using ring rows above a bar, that you can allow your arm to rotate in your shoulder joint where it is the most comfortable. Kettlebell tricep extensions. I hold the kettlebell bell side down, lowering as much as possible for a deep tricep stretch while keeping my back straight. Avoid going to failure to ensure you can safely return the kettlebell back over your head. And that's the workout. I hope you find this video helpful on your fitness journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Beyond Adaptation Fitness for more minimal equipment, strength and conditioning workouts. See you next time.